Boker Tov, good morning. Take a deep breath in as we let the arms float up. Deep breath out. Deep breath in. Exhale. In the tractate of Brachot in the Babylonian Talmud we are told Chasidim Rishonim Shohim Sha'a Lifnei Tfilah. The righteous of old were present for 1 hour before prayer, prayed for an hour, and were present hour after prayer. We try to bring presence by waking up our body, our soul, relaxing our mind, setting ourselves free. Deep breath in. And out. We begin with the morning blessings, bringing awareness to every part of our body. We begin with the center of energy, the Dantien, as we shift our weight from side to side, turning the waist, turning the center, side. Let the arms dangle freely as we put a little tempo into our motion. Knees face forward, feet apart at the width of our shoulders. The motion being driven from the waist, the Dantien, the center of energy. Let the motion be relaxed, less controlled, flowing. This morning, leaving the knees facing forward, moving the torso from side to side, center of the body. And we bring it to a rest. Left foot forward, right foot back. Toes of the left foot facing forward, toes of the back foot 45-degree angle, ankles on one line, legs apart, and we sit, bringing our center forward. Left arm comes up, right arm back, and we open to the side. Right arm comes forward, dropping the left, and we close. We move from the center of the body over to the side and forward. Open, shut. And here we are at the blessings of the morning, the miracles of every day, Bilkot HaShachar. As we say in the blessing, free us from our captivity. Baruch atah Adonai, matir asurim. We don't want to be captive in our body, we want to be free in our body. Here we are just warming up the elements, the parts of our body that otherwise are captive. Trying to untangle all those knots. trying to free all those places that are stiff. Last time. Right foot forward, same position, front toes facing forward, back foot toes 45 degrees to the side. Leave some space to open up and sit as our knees are not locked. Bring the center forward. Facing forward, chest straight and open, shoulders relaxed. Right arm forward, left back. Trying to leave the head and the face facing forward. The motion comes from the waist. Chest follows. And opening, warming up the center of Dantian, the center of energy. Nice and flowing. Arms dangling, not leading the motion, but following it. Last time. Bring it to a rest. Shake out the legs. Unhard the arms. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם זוקף כפופים. Blessed are you, Adonai, ruler of the universe, who straightens those who are bent. And in some way we are all not fully straight, not fully upright, not fully easy in our stance. Let's focus for a moment from the head, the top, the crown, as if a string is attached to heaven and pulling us gently up, no stress. We are stiff-necked people. Let's make sure our neck is soft, straight but not stiff. Shoulders relaxed, rounded. Leave some room for breath, for air. The armpits not closed but open. Chest open, rib cage open. Torso straight but not stiff. Relax. Into the feet. Make sure your toes are relaxed and not clenched. We can do this by clenching fingers and then relaxing. Zokef kfufim. Straightening out all those joints and connections that are locked, that are closed. Let that energy flow. Last but not least, make sure we're not clenching the jaw, relaxing the mouth. We can bring a little smile to the face. As we shift our weight to the left foot, place the right toe on the ground, and we warm up the ankles. We are slowly bringing awareness. We wake them up with the blessings of the morning. Keep going. And other direction. Shifting our weight to the right foot. Slowly bringing awareness to the shifting of the body, the motion. As we raise the left foot, place the left toe, and warm up the ankle. Circles around the toe. In other direction. bring it to a rest. Slowly shifting weight to the left foot, finding the center, not left, not right, in the middle, shifting a little forward, a little backwards, finding a spot in the middle where we are centered. As we bring our feet together, one in the arch of the other, we prepare for bending the knee. In Hebrew, the knee is berech. Blessing is baruch. As we bend the berech, as we bend the knee, we bring in the possibility of bracha, of blessing. As we warm up the knees with circular motions, nice and slow, we are preparing our bodies, our soul, our being to receive bracha, blessing, by bending the berech, the knee. By bending our knees, we take up less space in the world. We leave room for the blessings of others, for the blessing of Adonai, for blessings to be in our lives. Other direction. And slowly, with a rounded back, we come back up to a standing position. Blessings of the morning, bringing awareness to our body, mind, and soul. And we shake. Shake it loose, shake it out. Arms, legs. Feet apart at the width of our shoulders. Remember to make sure shoulders are relaxed and round, chest and rib cage open and relaxed. We can even roll our shoulders back a little. As children, so often we see that motion. I don't want. Let's try and say, I do want. Let's try and bring those shoulders as close as we can to our ears and then roll them back and relax. One last time. Relaxing the shoulders, round, back, open, breathing. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם עוטר ישראל בתפארה. You wrap us in glory. Another of the blessings of the morning Birkot HaShachar. And so we want the center, the Dantien, to act out that wrapping of the people of Israel in glory as we warm up, center the body, trying to leave the head in the same place. Around and around we go. Chagor oz motnecha. Wrap yourself in glory. Can we feel that blessing of the morning? Ter Yisrael betifara. Israel, our people, us, wrapped in tifara, in wonder and glory, in the essence of being. Other side. bring it to a rest. Bringing our feet together. In the vision of the chariot, the prophet sees a being with regel yeshara, a straight leg. As we practice, our knees are usually bent, but in this stance, our knees are straight. It's a unique position, and as we straighten out that knee, bringing our leg completely locked and straight, we can try and connect to those beings of the chariot. The prophet sees srafim with 6 wings, beings with a straight leg and 6 wings. Can we bring in that notion into our lives of being a being that is so different than our human existence, maybe experiencing the glory of srafim? As we breathe, our wings go up. Leave room between your ears and your shoulders. Make sure you're not locked, but open. Bringing the wings out to the side. Palms turn back. And we bring our hands together behind our back. And down. As we breathe in, we ride that breath all the way up. Hold it for a moment and then breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. We say, Ilufinu male shira kayam. If our mouth was full of song, as the sea is full of water, Ulshonenu rina kahamon galal, and our tongue, full of joy and praise, is the endless waves. V'yadenu prusot kemishrei shamayim, and our arms are stretched out like the eagles of the skies. Imagine our arms, wings, stretched out to heaven as the eagles of the skies. According to the Eastern traditions, heaven begins where our body ends. Let's reach out and try and touch it. Let's bring that heaven into our lives as we spread eagle's wings and say, with all that, the song and the praise in our mouth, and our arms like eagle wings, and our legs like legs of deer, we still cannot praise Adonai fully. Last time. And we bring it to a rest. Shake it out. In this moment of blessings of the morning, let's make sure that we really are not a stiff-necked people. And so, gently, it's as if we're using our nose to draw a big circle. Nice and slow. Other side. Remember to loosen the jaw, not to clench the lips. Bringing presence and awareness. A little smile can play on our lips. And we bring it to a rest. Rounded arms. We're holding a big disc, a ball, a round plate in our arms. Remember to loosen our shoulders, to sit and bend the knee. We try not to have angles pointing out, but bring roundness by bringing down the shoulders, bringing down the elbows, and creating a round space. Birkot HaShachar leads us to the Modeh Ani. Give thanks, do I. The prayer of the morning. We bring this ball, this disc, and feel the presence of energy in our hands as we lift up, pushing up towards the sky. Hands face each other, arms parallel as they drift down slowly. And the weight of this ball in our hands is heavy. It pulls us down towards the earth, towards the sea, slowly rounding our backs. We collect the energy and bring it back up. We take that round disc, the ball, and we lift up the energy. Modeh. Give thanks. Ani, do I, for you, lefanecha. Melech Chai v'Kayam, living and existing God. Shehechezarta bi nishmati, you have returned my soul to me. Bechemla rabba emunatecha, with great compassion is your belief in me. Modeh, give thanks. Do I, Ani, lefanecha, before you. Melech Chai v'Kayam, ever living and existing God. Shechezalta bi nishmati, you have returned my soul in me. Bechemla rabba emunatecha, With great compassion is your belief in me. Give thanks. Do I? Before you. Melech Chai v'Kayam, ever existing and living God, who has returned in me my soul. With great compassion is your belief in me. Modeh, Ani. Lefanecha. Melech Chai v'Kayam, שהחזרת בי נשמתי בחמלה רבה אמונתך. Take that ball and push it up. Hold it, ball of energy in our hands. As we come down, we feel that self, the Ani, as the soul returns into our body, arms parallel to each other. We feel that soul energy filling the entire being that is us. And that energy returns into the source, and we lose it for a moment, collecting it again, big circle, and bringing that energy, that soul, back in to our being. One last time. And we bring it to a rest. We hold that energy centered around the Dantien. We hold it and breathe into it. Rounding our hands as if on a surface of a big ball in front of us. Elohai, Neshama shenatata bi, Tehorahi. My God, the soul that you have placed in me is pure. We reach out to that source, Elohai, my God, and bring in Neshama, soul. As we ride the breath, we feel how pure the soul is. Neshama, soul. Neshima, breath. As we reach out, we inhale, bring in the breath, and breathe it out. That breath of life. Neshima, breath. Neshama, soul. God, the soul that you have placed in me is pure. You created it, you formed it, you placed it into me. ואתה משמרה בקרבי, and you guard its existence in me. There comes a time when I will return my soul to the world. אתה עתיד לקלט ממני בחיי עולם. There is in the future a time where I take the soul, you take the soul, back into the everlasting. We too collect our spirit, our energy, and give back into the world. And as we do so, taking ourselves into the world, holding that neshama, that sense of soul, of being, of life, and it strengthens us as we walk through the world. Take that soul, that neshama, touched by the neshima, by the breath, and push aside all those barriers between myself and my surroundings. Tapping that energy of the dantian, of the center of our being, the neshama, the soul. Can we push aside fear, envy, our own insecurities? Push them aside like we're opening up a stage, pushing away the curtains and finding the neshama, the pure soul, as our guide in life. And bring it to a rest. והיה כעץ שתול על פלגי מים. In the Psalms we are told that we will be as a tree rooted beside rushing waters. We breathe in the energy of that rushing water, and we breathe out into the roots of our being. We breathe in and collect that energy, opening up, strengthening our bodies, our souls, our minds, and breathe out. Rooted. Imagine all that air coming out, rooting ourselves in the earth. 3 roots, according to Shingi, 1 coming out of each of our palms. So let's imagine all that energy, all that breath that's coming out, really sinking down, bringing our shoulders back, opening the rib cage and the chest, and bending our knees generously, collecting that energy, and out it goes. 1 from each palm, and the 3rd root, from the crown of the head all the way down the spine to the tail and out, down into the earth. 3 roots. והיה, and we shall be, כעץ שתול על פלגי מים, as a tree rooted beside rushing water. Last time. And shake it out. Bring the left hand parallel to the earth, place the right elbow. As we're sending the energy out into the world and receiving it, sending it out and receiving it in. Ukshaltam leot al yadecha, and you shall bind them as a symbol on. What do we put out into the world? What do we receive from the world? Is it bound by our belief, by the power of neshama and neshima, of soul and breath, of holiness in the world, of godliness? Can we bind on our hands the power of doing good in the world and receiving blessing from the world? And now just imagine that we're throwing a ball lightly, quickly, back and forth, back and forth. Ukshartam leot al yadecha. They should be as a sign bound upon your hand. Right arm parallel to the earth, left elbow placed gently. Throwing and catching the ball. Bringing awareness also to the wrists, as we were in Bilkot HaShachar and the blessings of the morning, waking up every element of the body. And bring it to a rest. Shake it out. Now for our God Midrash, our explanation of God through kinesthetics, through the motion in our body. Arms up to the side, we hold a bulb in each palm, so we need it to be round. This can be done of course standing or sitting. We want to feel that twist in the wrist and feeling the palms fill up with energy. When we do this, you might be able to feel a presence. Nice and quick with rounded hands, fingers round. Is anyone feeling anything? I see some nods. People feeling a presence like a ball in their hands. Catch it. There's nothing there. That to me is the Midrash, the explanation of God. When I'm in motion, when I am seeking God, when I move towards God, I can feel a very strong presence as I open up a place for God in me, in my life. And I can feel right now that presence in the hands. But if I say, oh, I know what it is, and I can define it, there's nothing there. So to finish up our blessings of the morning, Bilkot HaShachar, we can take a chair if needed to support this next exercise, or without, we have it on the left-hand side, left leg on the floor, Right leg comes up. And again, we are focusing on berech, on ni, on bracha. If we want to, we can stand supported by our own energy and balance. If we need, we can hold on, or we can even just tap it, knowing that the chair is right there, and see how much we can do on our own. And we warm up the knee. Either with the hand on the chair, without, or with a hand right there in case we need it. Other direction. We need the chair for support, or just for mental support, knowing that it's there in case I need it. And we bring it to a rest. The chair can go to the other side. Shift our weight to the right. Bring up our left knee. It's useful to point the toes down. There's something in a modest look. We're not looking up. It's hard to keep the balance when we're looking ahead. We don't want to tuck the chin in. That's also hard to balance. We want a 45-degree angle, softly looking at the point on the ground that's 45 degrees away from us. A good exercise in tzniut, in humility, having a soft gaze, looking at 45 degrees, and again we warm up the knee, the berech, making room for bracha, for blessing. Other direction. If we need that support, if we need the potential for support, just tapping it whenever needed and lay it down. If possible, with support or without, bring up the knee, open up to the side. We're trying to create space in our body for the flow of energy, the flow of chi. And remember, we started with that notion of presence. Chasidim Rishonim, righteous of old, would be present for an hour before prayer. We are trying to bring that presence, awareness of body, mind and soul. And can we free ourselves? Can we free anything that blocks the flow of energy throughout our body, throughout our life? Opening up, where otherwise we would be locked and shut down. Last time. One on each side. And shake it out. On the Shema Yisrael, on our ability to hear and listen through the motion of body. We go back into the stance with front foot, toes facing forward, back foot, toes 45 degrees. If you would draw a line with your ankles, they would be on the same line. We sit down and bring our center forward. Raising an arm parallel to the front facing foot. Say left hand, left foot. Right hand gently by our side. We want to extend the arm, pulling it forward with the shoulder and the back, and then bring it back and twist into this position with our center facing forward. And now we imagine energy from the world, from the universe, coming in, flowing into the hand, flowing through the arm, the shoulders, the back, down to the right foot. Flow of energy. Let's try and listen and hear that energy coming in through our body. And if we have the ability to work with a partner here, can I invite one of you to join me for a moment? Come forward. You stand in front of me. You can work in partners, and I'll be with you, or in threesome there. So, left foot forward, right foot back. You go into that stance with the arm parallel to the outstretched foot. And we touch palms. Touch palms. Now sit into that position nice and relaxed, and put your weight onto your partner. So number 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Number 1, 1, 2 places the weight on number 2. Bring on more. And number 2 is trying to not force, not any muscle, but just the pressure of the other falling all the way through to the energy of the back foot. And if it works well, you can actually even raise up the front foot, because that's not part of the action. It goes all the way from the front down into the back. And now we swap. Number 2, pushing lightly onto number 1. No muscle, just the flow of energy. Take all that energy back in the back foot as we listen to energy flowing out and energy flowing in. And now we place our wrists together. Number 1 leads, making motions, moving around. Number 2, just listen to the motion. Stay stuck to your partner. Motions can be large. Just listen to the motion. Stay with the other person. Don't anticipate, don't lead. Just stay shma, listening to the other's motion. Number 2, you lead. Number 1, stay with number 2. Listening to the body, the motion and the flow of energy. If you want to be a little adventurous, you can move around, leading your partner, listening carefully to the motion. and we bring it to a rest. An hour of presence. We are now ready for tefillah. Left foot forward, off, with a little angle to the right. So place your left foot facing forward and take your left foot and bring it a little bit to the right. Place the right foot into the arch of the left. Bend your knees slightly. Arms rounded. Back straight. And give a little twist down and to the left. We're creating a corkscrew kind of motion, down and to the left. So our center should be facing forward. We let the wings open up. We are now ready to do the Matovu Ohalecha Yaakov. Bil'am, the prophet, was to curse the people of Israel from the top of the mountain. And he stood on the top of the mountain and looked out at the people of Israel below him. And the famous words of blessing came out of his mouth. Matovu Ohalecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. How good are your tents, your dwelling place, Israel. Take the left foot all the way to the left. The right foot closes into the arch. Bring our body round, holding that disc of energy, our knees bent, and body twist a little down and to the right. And here we are on top of that mountain with Bil'am, and we spread our wings. And we fly over the people of Israel. Our own people are spread out in front of us, and we see the beauty, the resilience, the creativity of our people. Matovu, how good. The vision of the people of Israel spread out in front of us. I'd like to share with you a way of using this motion in tefillah and prayer. So we have the stance, the little twist, and then as we spread out our wings, we open up the sky symbolized by the talit. And here we have our wings spread open and go from side to side, floating on the currents as we look out at the people of Israel. And when we're ready for tefillah, for prayer, when we have a sense of presence of body and mind and soul, we can wrap ourselves in the talit. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kideshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu litatef b'tzitzit. We are blessed by the commandment of wrapping ourselves in the tzitzit. We are now ready, present. Tov. Good morning.